Abduction in the stars. Far beyond the familiar constellations of the Milky Way, in the uncharted stretches of the Andromeda sector, a lone scout vessel glided silently among the stars. Inside, a young alien girl named Lyra sat in a small chamber, her violet eyes reflecting the faint glow of distant nebulae. She was no ordinary being. Lyra possessed psychic abilities far beyond the comprehension of most species, an ability to manipulate energy, read minds, and sense the currents of cosmic power that flowed invisibly through the universe. Her kind had long remained hidden, quietly observing the galaxy. But now, the shadows of predatory forces had discovered her. The aliens who pursued her were unlike any race Lyra had ever encountered. Their ships were sleek, angular, and almost organic in appearance, moving with a speed and precision that seemed impossible. As they emerged from a cloak of dark energy, Lyra's vessel had no time to react. In an instant, beams of light immobilized her ship, magnetic clamps locking onto its hull. The containment field activated, enveloping Lyra in a shimmering cage that suppressed her abilities. Lyra's heart pounded. She was trained for danger, for evasion, for survival, but never against foes this advanced. The chamber she was forced into was a marvel of alien engineering. Translucent energy walls pulsed in rhythm with her heartbeat, suppressing the psychic energy that usually radiated uncontrollably from her. The aliens moved with eerie precision, their movements swift and deliberate. They were not here for negotiation. They were here for power, and she was the key. Back on Earth, the distress signal reached the headquarters of the world's mightiest heroes. Hulk's massive hands slammed into the control console of the Hulkbuster simulator, causing sparks to fly. His eyes glowed with fury. "Not again," he growled. "We're not letting them take anyone, especially not her." Tony Stark, monitoring the energy readings from his satellites, adjusted his Iron Man suit, fingers flying over the holographic interface. "They've got her contained in an energy field strong enough to fry my repulsors if I'm not careful," he muttered. His voice carried both urgency and resolve. "We'll need to hit them fast and smart." Superman, hovering in Earth orbit, eyes scanning the galaxy at faster-than-light speeds, said, "Every second counts. If they harness Lyra's psychic power, entire systems could fall under their control. We have to act now." His voice was calm, but the weight of the mission pressed on him. The trio understood that this was no ordinary rescue mission. It was a confrontation with a civilization that had mastered technology far beyond Earth's. The heroes launched into space in coordinated formation. Hulk propelled himself with a powerful burst, cutting through the vacuum with brute force. Iron Man rocketed alongside, repulsors blazing, analyzing the alien ship's weak points. Superman surged ahead, faster than any craft, his eyes scanning for energy fluctuations, his mind calculating every possible threat. Meanwhile, Lyra struggled within her chamber. Though the energy suppression dampened her abilities, she could still sense the presence of the heroes approaching. Her psychic aura pulsed subtly, sending faint signals through the ship's energy shields. She had learned to communicate mentally in moments of desperation. "Help is coming," she sent, her thoughts brushing against the consciousness of the incoming heroes. The alien vessel's corridors were alive with movement, guards patrolling, panels shifting, energy conduits pulsing with lethal intensity. Every step of the heroes was tracked, every move countered by the alien defenses. The ship itself seemed to breathe, a sentient predator, aware of every intrusion. Hulk's first strike against the hull produced a resonant thrum through the metal, momentarily staggering the aliens. But the containment field around Lyra's chamber remained intact, stronger than anything the heroes had anticipated. Inside her prison, Lyra focused inward, channeling every ounce of her psychic energy to amplify the faint signal to her allies. She visualized the path they would take, nudging their instincts subtly through the emptiness of space. She knew she couldn't break free alone, but together they had a chance. As the alien ship accelerated through a nearby asteroid field, the heroes adapted quickly. Iron Man dodged massive floating rocks, firing precision blasts at the alien hull. Superman countered energy pulses designed to push them off course, while Hulk smashed through debris, creating temporary openings. It was a test of strength, speed, and strategy, a ballet of human ingenuity and raw power against a technologically superior enemy. Lyra's pulse quickened. She could feel the heroes nearing her location, their psychic resonance faint but unmistakable. She had endured countless challenges in her short life, but this was a battle on a scale she had never imagined. Every fiber of her being tensed, ready to aid the heroes in whatever way she could. The first chapter of this cosmic confrontation had begun, a race against time, a battle across stars, and the quiet hope that even in the darkest reaches of space, human courage and determination could pierce the veil of advanced alien tyranny. The alien fortress. The alien ship loomed like a predator in the void, dark and angular, its hull shimmering with an ominous iridescence that reflected distant starlight. Within its corridors, glowing conduits pulsed rhythmically, as if the vessel itself were alive, aware of every movement within and around it. Lyra's containment chamber hovered at the ship's core, protected by layers of energy shields designed to suppress even the most extraordinary powers. She could feel the psychic dampeners pressing against her mind, but she refused to succumb. Every pulse of her power sent a silent message into the void. They are coming. Hulk, Iron Man, and Superman approached from the void of space, each aware that this was no ordinary mission. Hulk propelled himself with brute strength, smashing asteroids and debris in his path, leaving a trail of cosmic rubble. Iron Man darted in and out of laser grids, recalibrating repulsors to avoid the alien vessel's automated defenses. Superman surged ahead, faster than light, analyzing every energy pattern with superhuman precision. The moment they breached the outer hull, alarms blared, casting red light across the ship's corridors. Alien guards, tall, sinewy beings with armor that shimmered like liquid metal, swarmed from side passages. Energy whips lashed out, but Hulk met them head-on, swinging with devastating force. Sparks flew, metal screamed under impact, and one guard was sent spinning into a control console that sparked violently. Iron Man maneuvered through narrow corridors, repulsors blasting as energy shields flared against his attacks. But the alien technology was far superior. Magnetic traps immobilized his suit, severing mobility and throwing him against the walls. Superman tried to intervene, but energy cuffs shot from the floor, latching onto his legs and binding him midair. For a moment, it seemed even the combined might of Earth's greatest heroes might falter. Inside the containment chamber, Lyra focused with all her strength. Her psychic aura began to pulse visibly, rippling against the suppression fields. The walls of her chamber vibrated, and for the first time, she felt a faint connection to the heroes beyond. Tiny pulses of energy threaded their minds, subtle guidance that hinted at the vessel's weak points. "This is the path," she projected mentally. "Trust each other." Hulk roared, smashing through another corridor, freeing Iron Man from one of the magnetic traps. Sparks flew from the severed repulsor emitters, but the genius of Stark's quick thinking allowed partial mobility to return. Superman strained against his bindings, using his super strength and rapid calculations to destabilize the energy cuffs. The heroes moved with coordinated precision, each action synchronized with Lyra's psychic nudges, an unspoken choreography in the chaos of alien warfare. The alien leader appeared at the far end of the chamber, a towering figure cloaked in armor that shimmered like starlight. In its hands, it wielded a staff pulsating with energy capable of manipulating force fields. "You dare interfere?" the leader hissed, voice resonating through the ship's corridors. With a flick of its wrist, Hulk was thrown into a containment cage, the metal groaning under his weight. Iron Man struggled against newly deployed restraints, sparks flying as systems overloaded. Even Superman found himself pinned by invisible forces, unable to move freely. Lyra's psychic pulse surged outward, focusing on the ship's weak points. Panels flickered, shields destabilized, and the alien guards momentarily recoiled. Hulk leveraged this, smashing the containment cage with all his might, the bars bending and cracking under his fury. Iron Man seized the moment, using his magnetic repulsors to disrupt the energy field, freeing Superman's legs. The three heroes, battered but unbroken, pressed forward toward the chamber where Lyra floated, eyes wide with determination. Every step closer intensified the tension. The alien fortress was alive, responding to threats with ruthless efficiency. Floors shifted, energy beams crisscrossed the halls, and mechanical sentries emerged from hidden panels. Yet the heroes pressed on, guided by trust in one another and the psychic bond with Lyra. For the first time, the alien vessel's cold, calculated dominance began to falter under coordinated human ingenuity and sheer determination. Hulk swung a massive piece of debris at the central corridor, creating a path through the chaos. Iron Man blasted energy nodes along the walls, destabilizing the ship's internal systems. Superman used superspeed to disable control panels, his vision slicing through power conduits with pinpoint precision. Lyra's aura flared brighter as the heroes neared, a beacon of hope and power that both aided and inspired them. As the chapter closed, the heroes reached the containment chamber, battered and bruised but alive. Lyra's psychic energy surged, her eyes locking onto each of them in silent gratitude. The alien leader, sensing the tide turning, prepared a last, desperate strike. The battle for Lyra had reached its climax, but the outcome was far from certain. In the void of the alien fortress, courage, strategy, and unyielding human ingenuity would face the ultimate test. Breaking point. The alien ship's interior was a maze of shifting corridors, glowing conduits, and pulsing energy barriers. Every step the heroes took brought them closer to Lyra, yet the vessel itself seemed to resist their progress. The walls hummed with a latent energy, responding to movement as if the ship were alive, a predator hunting intruders. Sparks flew from damaged panels, alarms blared in dissonant harmony, and the air vibrated with tension. The heroes were battered, bruised, and tested to their limits, but their resolve remained unbroken. Hulk's green form surged through the corridors, swinging chunks of metal and energy conduits with earth-shattering force. Each strike sent alien guards flying, but more appeared, pouring from hidden compartments with uncanny precision. Iron Man struggled through magnetic traps that twisted his limbs and crippled his mobility, repulsors straining to maintain power. Superman's legs remained pinned by energy restraints, forcing him to strategize rather than rely solely on strength. Every second was a contest between superior alien technology and the hero's unyielding determination. In the containment chamber, Lyra focused all her psychic energy, amplifying the faint signals she had been sending. The energy pulsed outward, threading through the alien ship systems and creating tiny, strategic weaknesses. Sparks flickered along the walls, some energy shields destabilized, and one by one, small openings began to appear. "Follow the path," she projected to the heroes. "We can do this together." Hulk roared in fury, smashing a containment cage that held two of the alien guards. Iron Man seized the opportunity, using the magnetic repulsors to disable another trap. Superman, finally freeing his legs, moved with blinding speed, his fists striking consoles and guards alike, dismantling the alien defenses with calculated precision. Despite the chaos, a rhythm emerged, a brutal dance of coordinated strength and ingenuity. The alien leader arrived, towering and formidable, its armor shimmering with starlight energy. In one swift motion, it deployed a powerful force field, throwing Hulk into a reinforced cage and pinning Iron Man against the wall. The air crackled as Superman fought the energy cuffs, sparks flying from overloaded restraints. For a moment, it seemed the heroes combined might falter under the sheer superiority of alien technology. But Lyra's psychic pulse surged stronger, threading into the ship systems like a living wire. Panels flickered violently, doors unlatched, and one by one, the alien guards began to hesitate, sensing the rising tide of power and determination. Hulk, with a roar that shook the hull, bent the containment cage bars with raw strength, freeing himself in a violent surge. Iron Man recalibrated his suit mid-battle, using magnetic fields to counteract the alien restraints, regaining partial mobility. Superman's fists smashed the final restraining energy cuffs, freeing him completely. Together, they pressed forward, a perfect synergy of strength, speed, and intellect. Hulk's raw power tore through corridors, creating pathways where none seemed possible. Iron Man's precision attacks disabled the ship's energy nodes, destabilizing the alien vessel's internal systems. Superman's superspeed dismantled barriers faster than the eye could follow. Lyra, suspended in her chamber, radiated psychic energy that guided each movement, amplifying the hero's abilities in a delicate, invisible symphony. The alien leader, enraged, unleashed a devastating wave of energy, hurling debris and energy beams with ruthless accuracy. Hulk absorbed the impact, roaring louder than the alarms, while Iron Man deflected beams with repulsor shields. Superman carried Lyra forward, dodging lethal attacks, while the young girl projected bursts of psychic energy to destabilize the alien leader's staff. The combined assault created chaos within the alien fortress, forcing the leader to retreat temporarily. The heroes, though battered and wounded, finally reached the outer chamber of Lyra's containment. Energy fields flickered and failed intermittently under the relentless pressure of their coordinated attack. Sparks flew, metal groaned, and the ship itself seemed to tremble under the combined assault. For the first time, victory felt within reach, yet danger still lurked at every turn. The alien vessel, alive with intent, continued to respond to every movement, its corridors shifting like a living trap designed to consume intruders. Breathing heavily, Hulk, Iron Man, and Superman paused briefly, exchanging silent acknowledgement. Their bodies were bruised, their suits and skin scorched, but their spirits were unbroken. Lyra's psychic energy flared brightly, a beacon of hope amid the chaos. The breaking point had passed, but the battle was far from over. In the void of the alien fortress, courage, human ingenuity, and the strength of bonds forged in adversity had turned the tide. But the final confrontation with the alien leader awaited, promising a challenge greater than any they had yet faced. The rescue. The alien fortress was alive with menace, every corridor a deadly labyrinth of shifting panels, energy beams, and pulsing conduits. Sparks erupted from the walls as Hulk, Iron Man, and Superman pushed forward, battered but resolute. The containment chamber that held Lyra floated ahead, suspended in a field of pulsing energy that seemed almost sentient. The alien leader's voice echoed through the halls, a hiss that promised annihilation. "You think you can take her? You are mere insects in the web of stars." Hulk roared in defiance, his massive fists pounding the floor and walls. Alien guards swarmed, energy whips lashing toward him, but his sheer strength sent them scattering. Iron Man, partially immobilized but relentless, fired precise bursts from his repulsors, each shot targeting the energy nodes controlling the containment fields. Sparks flew, panels cracked, and the alien technology groaned under the combined assault. Superman moved like a living missile, using superspeed to dismantle force field projectors and disable control consoles, his vision slicing through energy beams with surgical precision. Inside the containment chamber, Lyra's psychic aura flared, amplifying the hero's power. She projected her mind outward, guiding Hulk toward structural weaknesses in the ship, nudging Iron Man's targeting systems, and hinting at paths Superman could exploit. Every pulse of her energy disrupted the alien's calculated defenses, creating tiny openings in a system designed to be flawless. The alien leader, towering and radiant with starlight energy, appeared at the chamber's entrance. It swung a massive staff, sending a wave of kinetic force toward Hulk, who roared and absorbed the impact, barreling forward like an unstoppable juggernaut. Iron Man unleashed a magnetic surge, destabilizing the leader's armor while Superman grabbed Lyra, shielding her from a barrage of energy blasts. The corridor shook violently as debris rained down, sparks igniting in midair. Hulk smashed through a secondary containment field, bending metal bars and collapsing energy pylons. Iron Man recalibrated his suit mid-flight, boosting repulsor output and disabling another energy node. Superman, with lightning reflexes, deflected a beam of energy with his forearm and blasted the final restraining cuffs holding Lyra's chamber in place. The combined assault had created chaos inside the alien fortress, forcing the alien leader to stagger, its staff flickering uncontrollably. Lyra, now fully awake and connected to the heroes, channeled her psychic power in a dazzling surge. Energy cascaded like rippling waves, destabilizing the entire ship. Sparks and beams shot in all directions as panels collapsed, and the alien guards were thrown off balance. Hulk's fists carved a path through the remaining defenders, while Iron Man and Superman coordinated to clear the corridor. Lyra floated toward the open airlock, her aura lighting up the dark corridors in radiant violet. The final moments were a blur of action. Hulk hurled debris to block reinforcements, Iron Man blasted energy nodes with pinpoint accuracy, and Superman carried Lyra with blinding speed, weaving through collapsing corridors. The alien leader, in a last desperate act, swung its staff, sending shockwaves that threatened to crush them. But Lyra projected a psychic shield around the heroes, absorbing the energy and turning it outward in a counterforce that sent the leader flying. At last, they reached the outer airlock. Iron Man opened the hatch with a calculated blast, and the void of space stretched before them. Superman rocketed through, holding Lyra, while Hulk and Iron Man followed closely, each narrowly avoiding falling debris and energy surges. The alien vessel convulsed behind them, destabilized and unable to maintain its integrity. The leader screamed in fury, its form flickering as systems overloaded and containment fields collapsed. Emerging into the cold expanse of space, the heroes floated free, battered, scorched, and exhausted, but victorious. Lyra's psychic aura settled, a calm yet powerful light surrounding her. She looked at her rescuers with awe and gratitude, knowing they had risked everything to save her. Hulk exhaled a triumphant roar, Iron Man's suit sparking but operational, and Superman smiled faintly, holding Lyra safely in his arms. The alien fortress, crippled and unstable, retreated into the dark reaches of space, its leader defeated, its forces scattered. The heroes had overcome impossible odds, combining raw strength, technology, speed, and human ingenuity with Lyra's psychic power to achieve the impossible. In the vast emptiness of the Andromeda sector, the rescue was complete, a testament to courage, teamwork, and the indomitable spirit of humans and their allies. Lyra's eyes glowed softly, reflecting the distant stars. She understood now the strength of unity, of trust, and of heroes willing to face the unknown for the sake of another. The galaxy had witnessed a rescue not just of a young girl, but of hope itself, carried on the shoulders of those who refused to surrender, no matter the stakes. Triumph in the void. The void of space stretched endlessly around them, dotted with distant stars and swirling nebulae. The alien fortress, now crippled and convulsing from the heroes' assault, drifted in a trail of sparks and twisted metal. Hulk, Iron Man, and Superman floated just outside the vessel, battered, bruised, and scorched, but alive and victorious. Lyra, the young alien girl whose psychic powers had both guided and amplified their efforts, hovered safely in Superman's arms, her violet aura illuminating the darkness like a beacon of hope. For a moment, silence reigned, broken only by the distant hum of dying alien energy fields and the soft hiss of the heroes' suits adjusting to the vacuum. The sheer enormity of what they had accomplished began to sink in. Against a technologically superior foe, in a ship designed to suppress even extraordinary abilities, they had prevailed. Not just through strength, but through ingenuity, coordination, and the unyielding human spirit. Hulk exhaled a roar that echoed across the vacuum, a mixture of triumph and relief. "We did it," he said simply, his voice still tinged with fury, but now tempered with satisfaction. Iron Man's suit hissed as systems rebooted, repulsors stabilizing after the battle. "Yeah," Tony Stark muttered, rubbing his scorched gauntlet. "We're alive, the kid's safe, and they're not coming back any time soon. Let's call that a win." Superman, still hovering, looked out across the endless void. "This mission was about more than just saving one life," he said softly. "Lyra's powers could have been catastrophic in the wrong hands. What we've done today ensures countless systems, countless lives, remain safe. And it shows that courage and strategy can overcome even the most formidable threats." Lyra blinked, her large violet eyes reflecting the stars. I couldn't have done it alone, she said, her voice quiet but filled with awe. You guided me, protected me, even when it seemed impossible. Her psychic aura shimmered faintly, a subtle display of her gratitude and the bond now forged with her rescuers. The heroes began their journey back toward Earth, the alien fortress a fading silhouette behind them. Despite exhaustion, there was a sense of quiet elation. Hulk flexed his immense muscles, the aftershocks of his rage subsiding into controlled energy. Iron Man analyzed telemetry from the ship, noting critical systems failures in the alien vessel. Superman kept Lyra secure, using his superspeed to navigate the empty space efficiently. Together, they were a team, imperfect but unstoppable. In the vastness of the Andromeda sector, the alien forces had learned a valuable lesson. No matter the technology, no matter the power, courage, creativity, and the human spirit could defy expectation. They had underestimated the resilience of those willing to risk everything for another life, and they had paid the price. Lyra's psychic energy began to calm, her aura no longer flaring wildly, but glowing softly like the first light of dawn. She reached out, projecting faint waves of gratitude to her rescuers. "I've learned something today," she said, her voice carrying across the small cabin of Superman's hold. "Even in the darkest places, there is hope. Even against impossible odds, courage matters." Hulk grinned beneath his bruised brow, Iron Man nodded, and Superman allowed a small, rare smile. This was the essence of heroism. Not just the battles, not just the raw power, but the unwavering commitment to do what was right, no matter the danger. As they approached the threshold of Earth's orbit, the heroes allowed themselves a moment to look back at the stars. The galaxy was vast, mysterious, and sometimes perilous, but it was also full of possibility. Lyra, safe and alive, represented not only survival but the potential for new alliances, for understanding, and for hope in the face of adversity. Hulk exhaled again, more softly this time. "We've done good today," he said. Iron Man, despite the sparks still flickering from his suit, added, "Yeah, good, and messy. But mostly good." Superman gently set Lyra down in a secure containment field aboard a nearby transport ship, ensuring she would be safe until her homeworld could receive her. The alien fortress, now a damaged relic drifting in the void, served as a stark reminder of what had been overcome. Yet the heroes did not linger on the past. They looked forward, to Earth, to their continued duty, and to the countless lives that depended on vigilance, courage, and the human spirit. In the silent, infinite expanse of space, 4 beings, 3 humans and 1 extraordinary alien, had altered the course of fate. Lyra would return home, empowered not only by her own abilities but by the knowledge that she was not alone. The galaxy had witnessed an extraordinary rescue, and Earth's heroes had proven once more that determination, strategy, and heart could overcome even the most formidable odds. And as they re-entered the atmosphere of their home planet, stars shimmering in the distance like silent witnesses, the heroes knew this mission was more than a victory. It was a testament. A testament to courage, to unity, and to the enduring strength of those who refuse to yield, no matter the universe standing against them.